Hello and welcome to Only Connect, the quiz where anything can happen within its rigid quiz show format and Ofcom regulations and the 29-minute time window. Within those parameters, absolutely anything. Weird, wonderful and frankly uncategorisable. Let's meet the teams. On my right, David Southworth, an engineering graduate who spent 2 weeks walking an ocelot through the Bolivian jungle. Jessica Southworth, a WI president who has visited Engelbert Humperdinck's brother at his home in Las Vegas. And their captain, Selina Conroy, a communications head who chairs a local beer festival. United by a soft spot for snow, they are the Après skiers. I think yours was the heat where nobody except me had ever heard of Max Bygraves.
David's going to take you up on that.
Yeah. We just didn't spot him. I didn't
We just didn't recognise him.
Let's see what you recognise this evening. You will be playing against, on my left, Victoria Woods, a part-time farmer who appeared on Sky News on her wedding day. Jeremy Woods, a classic car enthusiast who has worked as a menswear assistant, a postman and a hospital porter. And their captain, James Fraser, a classics graduate who lost his Panama hat when it blew off his head in the subterranean shaft of an Egyptian temple. All devotees of sacred music, they are the Polyhymnians. So your name is something to do with music? Who's Polyhymnia?
The Greek muse of sacred music.
Oh. You're a fan of Max Bygraves?
Not so much these days.
Good luck to all of you. Thank you for coming back this evening. You can't be knocked out, of course, because you won your first games, so this is just for fun. Let's see if they have any. Polyhymnians, your opponents won the toss, but they've decided to throw you in first, so please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
The Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. A music question, no doubt you'll be delighted. What connects the clues you'll be hearing? Here's the first.
Every road through life is a long, long road.
Is it Roman in the clue? Or you take it?
Next, please.
Started from the bottom, but you always saw the light.
Looking louder.
And now you're ready.
Next, please.
What's wrong with you? You're looking kind of down for me.
Next, please.
We will go our way.
Go west. Is it down?
Compass points. West, north, east, south,
2 seconds.
Points of the compass.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. Après skiers, do you know?
Going.
I need to hear something very specific.
An instruction to go somewhere.
Instructions to go somewhere. You're unlucky because the last one, go west, which is what I think you recognise, that has a point of the compass. The others are more general. Do you know what we heard?
Well, we need go west.
Yeah, the third one was by Fats and Small.
Fats and Small, I think.
But we can't remember what it was called.
Turn around. Second one, straight ahead, Kool and the Gang. And the first one, keep right on to the end of the road. That's a song that Harry Lauder wrote, actually when his son was killed in the Great War, but it's become an anthem for Birmingham City Football Club. All directions. So you get the bonus. What would you like for your own question?
Could we have 2 reads, please?
2 reads. OK, what is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
No idea.
No. Next, please.
I'm not too good on thinking sometime earlier.
No. Next, please.
What does he do?
I don't know.
Doesn't he do the big action films?
No,
Yeah,
I don't.
you do.
No.
95? I don't know.
I can't think of
Go
anything.
on, let's go to next.
Next, please.
I've got no idea. Do you know any of those?
Birds of a feather? Is it going to be
Try that.
birds?
Birds.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. Polyhymnians, do you know?
Things you find in the park.
In a way, it is things you find in a park, but I'm afraid that is not specific enough for the bonus point. So the Marks and Grand sitcom in question is not Birds of a Feather, the one that ran in those years, The New Statesman. The Michael Mann film of 1995 was Heat, the Sondheim musical of 1970,
good.
Company, and that Gore Vidal novel, Empire.
Magazines.
They are magazines. I think none of them perhaps the sort of magazine one finds in a park.
Discarded in the bin.
So I can't accept your answer. All magazine titles. So no points there. Polyhymnians, what would you like?
The lion, please.
Lion. OK. You're going to see a series of picture clues. What do they have in common? Here's the first.
Plastic. Oh, is it though? Well, anyway, go on.
Next. Fox.
Lastly, fox.
Next.
Trotter.
Trotter. Oh, no. Fox, trotter.
Parsley, fox, trotter.
Go again next.
Fox, trotter, of course, it's only fools and horses. Should we take the next one?
Yeah.
Next. Bucket. And so these are the surnames of families in sitcoms. These are the surnames of sitcom families and lead characters.
I'm afraid that does not apply to all the clues. Very good guess, though. Après skiers, do you know?
No, because we were thinking along the same lines.
Yeah.
All Rodneys.
They are not all Rodneys. You're all recognising Trotter from the great sitcom Only Fools and Horses. What do you think those other pictures denote?
Well, Bucket pronounced bouquet in Keeping Up Appearances.
Yes. If you can persuade me that the first two clues relate to sitcoms, I'll retrospect.
Basil in Fawlty Towers.
Unfortunately, it's Wormwood. And Fox, the second one.
Many programmes.
They are the surnames of Roald Dahl characters. Fantastic Mr. Fox, James Henry Trotter in James and the Giant Peach, Charlie Bucket. Who's Charlie Bucket?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
The one from the Chocolate Factory, and it's Matilda Wormwood. Après skiers, what would you like next?
Twisted Flax, please.
Twisted Flax. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
I should know, but I don't.
Next, please.
Again, I don't know. Some engineering graduate.
Yeah. Are these things that are maybe like non-existent, or they only exist in Superman or something?
I think we should keep going.
Yeah.
Next, please.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Yeah, let's try that. Let's go for it, because we've not got anything.
No.
Let's go
Yeah.
for
Go on.
yeah, fictional or non-existent physical things, physics things.
We think they're things that are made up in science fiction or within fiction.
I'm afraid that is not the answer, so I'm going to show the fourth clue to the Polyhymnians for a possible bonus.
I think these have all been hypothesised by physicists, but not yet discovered.
That's not it either. They are things that scientists thought they had discovered. There were points in history where people said, hurrah, we've got that, and they were wrong. So the upsilon particle, that was a physicist in 1976, thought they'd found a new particle. And the person who thought they'd found it was called Leon Lederman, so it's sometimes referred to as upsilon instead of upsilon. A hilarious physicist joke there. N-rays, radiation supposedly released by most matter, that it was discovered in 1903, disproved very quickly. Cold fusion, of course, nuclear fusion requires great heat, and they thought it was possible to have a cold sort. There wasn't. Polywater is mentioned in Star Trek. I think that was what you were thinking of. But no, this is a different thing. So it was thought that if you force water through a tube, it becomes dense and sticky. And the people that did the experiment thought they'd found a new polymer. It turned out they'd accidentally measured their own sweat, which had contaminated the equipment. OK, Polyhymnians, what would you like next?
We'll take the water question, please.
The water question, the polywater question. What do these clues have in common? Here's the first.
OK, the Martians land in Surrey, 1952.
Well, War of the Worlds. Woking.
Yes.
Go on. Go next.
OK, next. Dinosaurs, that's in Jurassic Park.
Is it in the toilet? All in the toilet?
Yes, keep
No, but no, not making land.
going.
Next. This monster is Arctic.
Where he learns to speak. So it's at the point where he gets the lightning strike.
Yes, OK. So what's the connection between these three? They're all on film. Next, please. There's no King Louis.
It's in the Jungle Book. That's at the end of the Jungle Book.
These are in the original scripts of movies, but that were subsequently changed.
I'm afraid that's not the answer. Après skiers, do you know?
So we think these are things that happen in the films, but not in the books that the films are based on.
It's literally the opposite. They're in the books, but not the film. I'm afraid, again, Polyhymnians, you are so close. Obviously, we don't know what was in the original scripts. You know, they aren't for publication. That's not a verifiable fact. But the books that were published, this is the truth of them. And in brackets, we're seeing the year that a film came out that didn't reflect it. So The Martians land in Surrey, in which book?
War of the Worlds.
In the War of the Worlds. John Hammond is killed by dinosaurs in...
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. Frankenstein's monster, obviously, in Frankenstein. He can speak
Shelley's
in the Mary
version.
Shelley, but not in the 1931 film. And there is no King Louis in the Jungle Book. So very unlucky. You're all quizzing just near the right answer. Perhaps your sweat is contaminating the equipment. Après skiers, one question remains, the Horn Viper. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
That makes it look like a word thing. It's going to be an anagram or something, probably.
Next, please.
Okay, oh, wait. Okay, that's an anagram of large, and that is a large word, so I would say that anagrams of a thing, of a word that describes how they're written.
Yes, anagrams of what they are.
Anagrams of a word that describes how they're written.
Yes.
Yeah, do that. Anagrams of a word that describes the way in which they're written.
Yeah.
That is exactly it. Very well done coming in. After 2 clues, you get 3 points. Let's have a look at all the clues. We had dinner duel, an anagram of underlined, and perhaps my favourite, bream, an anagram of amber, because of course that's red, amber, green, and capitals and large, words written in the style of their anagrams. Well spotted. That means at the end of round 1, the Après skiers have 4 points. The Polyhymnians are yet to score. Sequences time now, and I'm confident this is where you'll score highly. Polyhymnians, where will you begin?
With 2 reeds, please.
With 2 reeds. What would come fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Okay, first, fine, could be anything. Take the next one.
Yes.
Next. Second 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Y, 5, 6. We need the third one to get a sequence.
First has 5, the second...
Oh, first has, second has 6 letters, third and fourth, F-O-U-R-T-H, fourth 6. Fourth 6.
There you go. The answer is fourth 6. You're off the blocks with some points. What's happening here?
The word first, F-I-R-S-T, has 5 letters, and in the sequence, fourth has 6 letters.
That's right. It's to do with the number of letters in the words first, second, third, and fourth. Well done. That's 3 points for you too. Après skiers, what would you like?
We have water, please.
Yes, you could. What would come fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please.
It's got apostrophes.
Yeah, the longest one.
Don't know.
Next, please.
So the player could be Gary Player, but that doesn't really work with the rest. I know, it's...
Are these like... They're not graves or something, are they? That's not unknown
some of the
soldiers.
unknown soldiers, that wouldn't be a...
Are these like
2 seconds.
We don't know, so we'll say graves.
That's a cheery guess.
Yeah.
Not, I'm afraid, the right answer. Polyhymnians, do you know?
No, we've got nothing.
No, me neither, me neither. You're actually closer than you might have been. The answer is grounds. Some people at home will be finding this very easy. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds refers to the game PUBG. It's a very popular video game.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, you know, graves is pretty close because it is something that starts with G, and I think there's a lot of killing, guns. Apparently there's a frying pan in it that'll kill people. This is the kind of thing that young people like. So, frankly, I don't blame any of you for not knowing. So, no points there. What would you like, Polyhymnians?
The Twisted Flax.
The Twisted Flax. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Okay, do you know anything about him? Who is he? No. Next, please. Oh, Power, I've heard that name. Who is she?
She's a sports person, I think.
Okay, so it's a sequence. Are they sportscasters, commentators? Next, please. Mark Sampson. Know anything about him? Presenters of a programme. Matches of the day. Gary Lineker. No, who? Power. Going backwards, going forwards. In sequence, we've got 10 seconds to find some.
baseball.
Give me the name of the sportscaster who it might be.
2 seconds.
Say something. No?
No.
Gary Lineker.
Not it, I'm afraid. Après skiers, do you know?
Phil Neville.
It is Phil Neville. And why?
They are all managers of the England women's football team.
That's it. They're the head coaches of the England football team. Phil Neville currently, although he is due to be standing down, and the current coach of the Netherlands is taking over Very well done. Good football knowledge. What would you like next?
Can we have lion, please?
Lion. What will come forth in this sequence is the first.
Oh, these are things that are listed on ingredient lists, I think. They're the things that come in that normally.
Maybe a group of A numbers, maybe.
Yeah,
Let's
maybe.
carry on.
Next, please.
Yeah.
We need to know what 1 is.
So,
Should we get the next one?
well, 1 could be colours.
Or could that be 2 as well? Should we get the next one?
Next, please.
Okay, so yeah, colourings. 1 colourings.
1 colourings.
Is the right answer. And why?
E numbers. I think we think it might be E numbers.
That's it, they're E numbers. So 1 would be E, as well, 100 to
yeah.
199. That's the food colourings. And once there's a 2 after the E, we're talking about preservatives, then antioxidants, and E, 400 to 499, thickeners, emulsifiers, and stabilisers. Oh, I could really go a bag of crisps. Polyhymnians, last choice of the round. What would you like?
Well, at the risk of it being another music question, the Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus.
Phew.
Your first clue is coming in now.
It's Victoria, what's the tune?
Go next.
Next. Recognize it at all? Next. Hum that tune in your head going in sequence and tell me what comes next. It's down to you two, because I can't do this either. Come on, hum it to yourself and tell me what the last bar says. It's going to be something really famous. Da-da-da-da, yes?
1 second.
CG.
I think it is probably going to be 4 notes on a 5-bar stage, which
CCCG.
make the well-known phrase from Beethoven's Fifth Symphony.
I would love to see that question, but I'm afraid this isn't it. Après skiers, do you know?
Is it just a picture of musical sofa with just 4 notes that aren't linked?
No, it isn't that. In the first picture, we are looking at simply 4 beats of notes. That's it, 4 beats, no rests. In the second picture, we see 3 beats and 1 beat of rests. Then 2 beats of notes and 2 beats of rests. So I want to see, of course, 1 beat of notes and 3 beats of rest. So there we see an ordinary rest and the double rest. Actually, this piece of music, if people want to sing along to it at home, was written by Mr. Whaley Cohen's sister, who's a highly skilled greengrocer. So thank you for a musician. She's a musician. Are you kicking yourself, Victoria? You're a musical person?
So annoying.
It's so annoying, isn't it? Yes, that could be the trailer. 1 question remains. The horned viper. What is the 4th in this sequence? Here's the first.
That's in there. So it's the capital of Libya. It's probably capital of Scotland. Let's get the next one.
Next, please.
Okay, so it's the capital of Libya, the capital of Sudan.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to have to do the next one. I don't know what the
Next, please.
And that's the capital of the DRC, so it's going up in order of
Size?
and the largest country in Africa is Algeria, so it's Algiers.
Algiers.
Is the right answer. And why?
They are the capitals of countries in Africa going up in size of the country.
Exactly so. And Algiers, the capital of Algeria, the largest country in Africa. Well done. That means at the end of round 2, the Polyhymnians have 3 points, the Après skiers have 9. Time now for the connecting wall. And Après skiers, it's your turn to go first. Would you like lion or water?
Lion, please.
OK, you have 2.5 minutes to solve the lion wall, starting now.
Okay, so Bugaboo, McLaren, Mamas and Papas, and Chico are all makes of pushchairs.
Oh, go for it.
Avon, Arden, they're all...
Is there another pushchair in there?
Yeah, there will be. But
Painted hand, painted face, painted lady.
Oh, it's Forest of Dean, Forest of Arden.
Oh, yeah.
Forest of Sherwood.
Well,
Forest of
Sherwood
Avon,
Forest.
Forest of Avon, maybe?
Maybe.
Try those.
First
Dean,
lady.
Dean, Arden, Avon, Sherwood. Oh, New is a forest as well.
Okay, we've
So
got ladies.
we've left out New, so leave out Sherwood. Now leave out Dean.
Okay.
No, leave it Avon. Because we think it might not be. Arden, Dean, New, Sherwood.
No,
Okay, leave it Arden.
Okay, so there's Pink Lady, First Lady,
Hold on,
Iron
hold on.
Lady.
Dean,
Oh, sorry.
New, Sherwood, Dean, Arden. Okay, so
No, okay. So ladies, so...
Pink Lady, First Lady, Iron Lady, and Painted Lady.
Painted Lady, well done.
I hope there's not another one.
Louis... Are there any Louises?
What's Joy? Is that going to be a word
that
thing?
It could be a word. It could be Angelina Jolie with the letter
No,
missing, maybe.
that could be one of the pushchairs.
Got a minute left.
Okay, so let's... You go through those and we'll see if we can spot some more.
Napier Bell doesn't mean anything to me.
It rings a bell with me, but I can't think more.
I think that's going to have to go with Mensch, isn't it?
Try some more. Go with your pushchairs.
There we go.
Well, brilliant, well
Okay.
done. So we've still got forests.
Okay,
There's Louises as well.
Okay, Louise Mensch.
So Louise Mensch is
Louise Napier Bell. Louise Arden sounds more like anything else. New Forest.
Arden's going to be a forest. So try it. So go. Get clicking.
So Arden...
Arden, New, Sherwood and maybe McLaren?
No.
That wasn't McLaren, that was Dean. Arden, New, Sherwood, McLaren. I think
5
McLaren.
So you did
Forest.
McLaren. You did that.
No.
Okay, we've got one to go. We've got one
Avon,
left.
Arden, Dean,
No, that's it. The time is up and the wall has frozen. But you found 2 groups. Can you tell me the connections? Pink, First, Iron, Painted.
So they can all be followed by lady.
They are the ladies. And the next group, Chico, Bugaboo and so on.
They are all brands of pushchairs.
That is right. And you can get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. Avon, New, Dean, Sherwood.
I think they're forests.
Yeah, we think those are forests.
Those are the forests into
we
which
go.
you put Arden every time. And the last group, Mensch, Arden, McLaren, Napier Bell.
Say that's Louise.
Yeah. Are they Louises?
They are not, because it's not Louise Mensch, but her husband, Peter Mensch, the manager of Metallica. They're all music managers.
Of course they are.
Simon
Malcolm
Napier Bell,
McLaren, yeah.
Malcolm McLaren, and Don Arden was the father of Sharon Osbourne, big in the music business. But you gave me 2 groups and 3 connections. That's a total of 5 points. Let's bring in the Polyhymnians now, give them the other wall. Polyhymnians, you have the water wall and 2.5 minutes to solve it, starting now.
Beverley, Selby, these are Yorkshire towns. Can you see any others?
Featherstone.
Pudsey.
Pudsey.
No.
Hemsworth.
Find another one.
Hemsworth.
Okay. Got them. Okay. What else is Pudsey? Is a bear.
Black bear, Pudsey bear.
Plum bear, no.
Plum bear, no. Third one.
Fatal Attraction.
Just do a couple of bears.
Matisse.
Henry Matisse, Littlewood, Black, Norris. Any other artists in there?
Rice. Isn't Rice?
Rice, Annika Rice, Heitner, Matisse, Littlewood, no, Black.
Spellbound a film?
Okay, yes, it is with one L.
Yes.
Well, kind of. Other films in there?
Third one's Vicky.
Looking.
Attraction, what do you say about Attraction? Fairground Attraction. These aren't half the names of pop groups, are they, Jezza?
No. Black's a pop group. Slum is a colour.
Summertime.
Black is a colour.
Rice time.
Any other colours?
What's Pudsey if it's not? If it's either a bear or it's not a Yorkshire town, it's a fundraising symbol. Norris, Littlewood, Norris. These look like surnames. Black and Heitner. Don't know.
Heitner's a composer, isn't he?
Musician or artist.
Don't think so.
Tim Rice. Yes, got them.
3 lives now.
Okay. Careful of the lies, but we're short on time. So
Yeah,
let's
gotta
try
go.
and put
30
these
seconds.
Black, plum. Other colours in
Colours,
there?
black,
Summer.
plum, summer,
Maybe.
Matisse, perhaps.
Blue. Yeah, could be Matisse.
And
No.
okay, we're short of time. Spellbound Attraction, Hasty and Summer.
No.
That was your 3rd life, and the wall has frozen. But you found 2 groups, and what are the connections? Selby and so on.
Those are Yorkshire towns.
They are towns in Yorkshire. And the next group, Rice, Norris, Heitner, Littlewood.
Those are composers.
They are not all composers. They are theatre directors. It is Emma Rice, Rufus Norris, Nicholas Heitner and Joan Littlewood. You can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall.
Okay.
There we go. Attraction, Spellbound, Pudsey and Matisse.
Well, guess at Bears.
No, they are actually winners of Britain's Got Talent. Pudsey was a dog that everyone fell in love with. And the last group, Plum, Hasty, Black, Summer.
Say it again. What's a hasty? No? Any? They can all be succeeded by stone.
No, by pudding.
Oh.
Plum pudding, hasty pudding, black pudding, summer pudding. But you did find 2 groups and you gave me 1 connection. That's a total of 3 points on a tough wall. Let's have a look at the scores as we go into the final round. The Polyhymnians have 6 points, the Après skiers have 14. So a bit of ground to make up, but it can be done, and of course points can be lost here as well as won. So, fingers on buzzers, teams. The first group of missing vowels clues are all lists of 3. Après skiers.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yes, it is. Polyhymnians.
Friends, Romans, countrymen.
Correct. Polyhymnians.
Liberty, equality, fraternity.
Well done. Polyhymnians.
Going, going, gone.
Correct. Next category, films from 1985. Polyhymnians.
Back to the Future.
Greatest film of all time. Polyhymnians.
Cocoon.
Eh. Après skiers.
St. Elmo's Fire.
Yes, it is. Après skiers.
The Breakfast Club.
Correct. Next category, they are all red and yellow. Polyhymnians.
McDonald's logo.
Correct. Polyhymnians.
Connect 4 pieces.
Yes. Polyhymnians.
Footballers scores cards.
Not it, I'm afraid. Après skiers, do you know?
Football referees' cards.
That's what's red and yellow. Après skiers.
Flag of Vietnam.
Well done. That is the end of the quiz. And a valiant attempt to make up ground over there. A very good round, but not quite enough. Polyhymnians, you finish on 12 points. Après skiers, you are the winners with 19. Very well done. You are straight through to the next round. We're not saying goodbye to you, of course, Polyhymnians. We will see you later in the series. Thank you for playing. And thank you for watching. And if you spotted any mistakes in the show, they're actually not mistakes. They're Easter eggs put there deliberately for very clever people like you to spot. So don't say anything on Twitter, otherwise everyone will want to join your super exclusive club for very cool people. Just don't say anything at all. Shh. You're the best. Goodbye.